Moin from Denmark, Ferdinand here. Today we're going all in. No tent, just a tarp. I built a full shelter, set up multiple types of fires, and even craft a bushcraft chair. And I'm cooking several full meals out here, all while dealing with freezing temperatures. And by the way, this is a shorter version of a longer video I have recorded earlier. I wanted to create a condensed version that captures the full adventure in a way that's easy to watch. So let's jump directly into it. First things first, we need to set up my tarp shelter. To do that, I'm turning these logs into tent stakes, cutting, splitting and sharpening them so they hold everything in place. I lay out the tarp, saw some sturdy branches and get the frame ready. This setup has to be really solid and steady because tonight it will be -degrees and I'm relying on it to stay warm and dry. The next step is to set up the ridge line. This is what keeps the tarp steady and gives it some structure. And then I will hang the tarp with some special knots into the ridge line. Now it's time for the first big exercise. Finding the perfect log for a Swedish torch, which I will be burning the next day. I head deep into the forest, saw in hand, and go for a thick, heavy tree trunk. This is going to be my heat source, my stove, and my light for the next morning. It's time to build the first type of fire on this adventure, a tipi fire, just to get started. The first dish of the day is a one-pot dish. So I have carrots here, then I have 2 potatoes, some good piece of meat, and then I have some peppers. All together I will boil it and then I will have a good amount of energy to start into the day. The night will be freezing cold, so I have decided to build a shelter wall on the one side so it protects me a little bit against the elements. I'm totally off grid. I have decided to not bring any electronic lights, etc. So here I'm building now my own little candle for the night and for the next morning to give me some light for basic activities. And of course, if I have to pee or something. It feels already really cold, so I decided it's time for a reflector wall for the fire to keep me a little bit warmer. It's time for my second meal. I will be serving to myself homemade buns. Homemade is maybe the wrong phrasing. I will make it on the spot. So right now I'm stirring flour and water together to make my buns. And then of course we need some meat and some salad and some tomatoes in order to get some really nice burgers for dinner. It's really getting cold at campsite. It's time for some herb tea. This is the herb tea of my father, his favorite, so it will keep me warm for the evening and the night. Good morning. I slept pretty good. I woke up a couple of times. A few animals visited me. Nothing dangerous, just a few deers and some pigs, as well as I thought I heard a wolf, which are quite common here in Denmark, but I'm not sure about that. So let's start into the day. And if you made it until now, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what you like about the video, tell me what you like to see in next videos, and then just give me the final like. It really helps the channel, supports me in order to make new great videos. But now, let's make a fire. The fire is burning. It's time for some coffee. It's time for the second type of fire we're building in this video, and that is a top-down fire. The idea is that you light a fire from the very top and you build it like as a tower, you can say, and that way it will give you hours of hours heat, light, and will burn super slow. While the top-down fire is slowly burning down, and I will use it later to make lunch, it's time to build a Swedish torch. So I can use the Swedish torch fire now for breakfast. Besides the egg, I will be serving this morning porridge with an apple. I promised in the beginning of the video I will be building a bushcraft chair, so it's time for it. So the idea is I need 4 long pieces of wood. I will create 2 triangles out of it, screw that together with, of course, only hand tools and a piece of wood, and then put it inside of each other. And that way it should hold me. And you know, guys, I'm really tall, 2'7" or 6'9", meaning if it can hold me, it can hold everybody. It's time for my last meal of the video. I'm preparing here baked potatoes and a steak burger. For the steak burger, I brought, of course, steak, but a fixed burger patty already from the supermarket. The special trick here will be I will creating my own little tomato sauce in order to spice it up a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. This was the adventure in a short version. I uploaded a couple of days ago a longer version. No talking, just the sound of nature. If you're curious, click in the info box. See you next time.